Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pleasure for me to launch UNCTAD's Technology and Innovation Report 2011. The global population has reached 7 billion people, all of whom will need access to sustainable and efficient energy sources. At the same time, energy use, we also know, is the main source of carbon emissions that help raise global temperatures. This double challenge frames this year's report. In developing countries, a large majority of people still have very little or no access to electricity. Recent figures by the International Energy Agency show that over 20% of the global population, 1.4 billion people approximately, lacked access to electricity in 2010. This percentage reaches close to 70% in sub-Saharan Africa. Lack of access to reliable energy supplies is impeding the ability of a large number of developing countries to advance industrially, raising the costs of structural change and social development. Creating an enabling environment for the promotion and use of renewable energy technologies is crucial. And the United Nations General Assembly recognized it when it declared next year as the International Year of Sustainable Energy for All. The initiative, launched by the Secretary General, aims to ensure access to energy for all by the year 2030, to double the rate of energy efficiency and double the share of renewable energies in the global energy mix so that such a quantum leap is sustainable and provides for the future of this planet. UNCTAD's Technology and Innovation Report 2011 focuses precisely on this. The report deals with the important role of renewable energy technologies in responding to the dual challenge of reducing energy poverty while mitigating climate change. The report analyzes issues of technology and innovation policy that nations face in their quest to promote the wider dissemination, use and production of renewable energy technologies. I will try to summarize the essence of the report in the form of a few key messages. 1. Some renewable energy technologies are well established, and their role as a reliable and cost-effective energy sources is expanding. Renewable energy technologies are diverse and currently at different levels of maturity. Those based on wind, geothermal, solar thermal, and hydro energy are mature and are already being deployed widely, either in centralized or decentralized facilities. These are among the most important and fastest growing renewable energy technologies in developing countries. While there are some problems of intermittency and storage related to such technologies, they carry great promise. Of utmost importance is the fact that renewable energy technologies can be used in non-grid and semi-grid applications, as a result of which they can be an important means of energy supply in areas where other energy sources are not available, such as in isolated rural communities. Of the 1.4 billion people not connected to electricity grids globally, approximately 85% live in rural areas. Such decentralized off-grid applications are already in relatively wide use, and they provide cost-effective energy solutions that bring significant benefits to local communities. The report stresses that there is still enormous technical potential for power generation from renewable energy technologies and argues that they are likely to play an increasingly important role in meeting global energy demand as continued technological progress, additional investment, and further deployment lead to cost reductions over the medium and long term globally. Technological progress, greater investment, and widespread deployment are all lowering the costs of renewable energy, and that's our second key message. While off-grid renewable energy technologies, especially modern biomass-based ones, may be relatively easy to deploy, many still remain expensive at the scales required to make an impact in developing countries, despite rapid technological advances. Each time investment is made in generating more renewable energy, there is not only a gradual shift in the energy base, it also has a significant impact on the price of renewable energy. For example, according to recent reports, every time the amount of wind generation capacity doubles, the price of electricity produced by wind turbines falls by 9 to 17%. We have also seen the price of solar photovoltaic systems drop by tenfold since 1980, from $22 per watt to less than $1.50. This holds true for all renewable energy technologies. With each new installation, there is learning attached as to how the technology can be made available more efficiently so as to lower costs over a period of time. There are successful examples where essential energy services have been delivered to the poor, and with time, these services and their outreach have been improving. For example, Lighting a Billion Lives is an ambitious initiative that began in India, has until now provided energy to over 175,000 people, and is being replicated in several countries across the developing world. Our report, stressing upon the fact that renewable energy technologies are more affordable and accessible than ever before, urges policymakers in developing countries to promote them as complements and eventual substitutes to conventional energy sources. My third message is that technology and innovation capacity and renewable energy promotion are intricately linked. Technology and innovation capacity, as the report points, is not simply required for research and development and innovation, but it is crucial to promote the adaptation, dissemination, maintenance and use of renewable energy technologies. There is need for greater coordination between the national technology and innovation policy and the national energy policy to allow for industrial development of firms and sectors. This will necessitate two separate but related agendas. The first should ensure the integration of renewable energy technologies into national policies for climate change mitigation. The second should be the steady promotion of national innovation capabilities in the area of renewable energy technologies. Such development will be the cornerstone of sustainable inclusive development and poverty reduction. Finally, all this would be impossible without support from the international community. Currently, renewable energy technologies are a subset of the clean technologies debate within the climate change agenda internationally. The report calls for repositioning the climate change debate to equally include energy poverty. In this respect, we call for framing this international discourse more positively, whereby the obligations of countries to mitigate climate change are framed in terms of creating development opportunities for all in an environmentally sustainable manner. Repositioning the climate change debate also implies a greater focus on three key challenges, namely international resource mobilization for financing, greater access to technology through transfer and flexibilities in the IPR's regime, and promoting wider use of renewable energy technologies and learning in the push for a green economy within the Rio+20 framework. Innovation in renewable energy technologies is moving at a fast pace globally, but left to the market alone, it might not necessarily produce the desired results. Even if the full funding levels under the Cancun Agreement are reached, only a small percentage of the requested $100 billion of government support will be available for renewable energy technologies. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, Africa alone needs $40 billion annually for its power sector. the requirements of other developing regions are likely to be similar, if not higher. The funding, therefore, falls short of the estimates of needed investment. Given the complexity of technological change in different contexts, the report calls for targeted international support to foster renewable energies and related learning. Such support could include the following elements: an international innovation network for LDCs with a renewable energy technologies focus, global and regional research funds for renewable energy technologies deployment and demonstration, an international renewable energy technologies transfer fund that is dedicated to facilitating private-private and private-public transfer of technology, and an international renewable energy technology training platform that promotes capacity building and skills accumulation in developing countries. More support could take the form of augmenting and further strengthening the recently proposed technology mechanism within the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, particularly by increasing its focus on renewable energy technologies. I wish to conclude by placing the report in the context of the Rio+20 discussions and negotiations that will take center stage in the course of the coming year. Technology and innovation issues form the core concern of developing countries in their effort to transition to a green economy. Clearly, in addition to providing critical infrastructure to support the emergence and shift in production structures in developing countries, renewable energy technologies can serve the goals of their industrial policy by helping those countries' exporters become more competitive in the face of increasingly stringent international environmental standards. Simply focusing measures such as carbon labeling and border carbon adjustments may not be sufficient to enable the transition. Indeed, such measures may even have adverse effects on industries in developing countries by acting as barriers to imports, since enterprises and organizations may not have the means, financial or technological, to conform to new requirements. To ensure that green requirements do not place an additional burden on industries in developing countries and least developed countries, global efforts aimed at climate change adaptation and mitigation need to be accompanied by international support in finance and technology to help these countries transition in a strategic and sustainable manner. It is here that this report makes its recommendations to show how we can tackle both energy poverty and climate change by facilitating investment, enhancing access to technologies, and doing more to help developing countries take a greener path of economic growth. It is my hope that the report and its recommendations will prove useful in showing the way forward. Thank you very much.